chase, here to share their wisdom, lighting up the place. From viral hits to the grassroots beat, T.H.A.T shows the boss where real lives meet. It's time to see the heroes of our world on your screen. From maneuvers and shakers to the hidden gems, T.H. shows the spotlight shining on men. Up for amazing things. It's clear, bringing you the best all year. Welcome to the hub where events unfold. Community rock stars, their stories told. Mocking their geniusness, they take the stand. This is T.H. Show, we've got the plan. With dreams they chase, here to share their wisdom, lighting up the place. From viral hits to the grassroots beat, T.H.A.T shows the boss where real lives meet. So tune in tight, it's time to see the heroes of our world on your screen. From maneuvers and shakers to the hidden gems, T.H. shows the spotlight shining on men. Up for amazing things. It's clear, bringing you the best all year. Welcome to the
Hello and welcome to that show, The Hub for Amazing Things. I'm your host, Liz Lathan, co-founder of Club T.H.A.T. Haha, it's my news desk talk. We're the #1 place for B2B event marketers to connect. And with the recent merger of Event Minds Matter, we are over 5,600 members strong here in Club T.H.A.T, and we're still growing by 5% a week. Today's episode is a rockin' good time as there is so much happening inside the club and around our community that you just have to know about. First, in chronological order, our Club T.H.A.T crew is headed to Bethesda, Maryland on September 4th to go behind the scenes of the Marriott Innovation Lab at Marriott headquarters. It's the first time a group like ours has been granted access to their hotel rooms of the future. We'll also be running a spontaneous think tank there with our event marketers and event designers to give the Marriott team feedback on space design for the evolving needs of event attendees. While this program is sold out, I want you to be on the lookout for the post-event recap coming out next week. It's going to be awesome. Next up is our Barefoot Business Retreat, departing from Split, Croatia on September 28th for our first sale, and then on October 1st for our second sale. Here's a little message from me when Nicole and I got to go check it out last year. Hey friends, Liz here with T.H.A.T. I have a surprise for you. We are opening up the Lupus Mar to our T.H.A.T family. We cannot wait to bring you here October of 2024. Be sure to get your ticket. There are only 13 cabins. You can share a cabin if you want. Come talk to us about it. We cannot wait to let you experience the Adriatic. We are here in Vis, Croatia, exploring this town. There's so many more islands to explore. You're gonna love it. Our friends are going to come hang out with us
and you, and they're just, this whole experience. This is all about getting to know each other, hanging out on a yacht in the Adriatic Sea, eating gelato, meeting new people. I didn't know you 36 hours ago. I didn't know you either. Yvonne, our incredible photographer and gelato extraordinaire. We can't wait to see you in October of 2024.
And then Nicole and I and a few others are flying straight from Croatia to IMEX America in Las Vegas, and we have so many exciting things lined up. First up, we have a hosted buyer group. So if you're a corporate planner or an agency that has at least 3 upcoming domestic and international events with more than 100 attendees, you might qualify to be part of our hosted buyer cohort. Drop me a line in our Slack channel, on LinkedIn, on email, carrier pigeon, smoke signal, whatever, come find me. We have a few spots left in our hosted buyer group. And on Monday, October 7th, Club Ichi is proud to host the Corporate Focus content on Smart Monday. I think it's from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. that Monday. We are featuring one of our in-person spontaneous think tanks, as well as the CEO of Workplace Wellness, Paul Griggs, futurist Henry Coutinho Mason, and the incredible founder of Johnny Cupcakes, Johnny Earl. Monday night, our friend Dave Green of Mystery Trip is hosting, yes, a mystery trip. Brought to you by our friends at Glean In, Leanne Velke, Impact XM, Swoogo, and Shiloh Events. And then once the show floor opens up on Tuesday, you'll get to hang out with us at our community table conversations each morning and afternoon in the Innovation Hub. And you'll also, if you take the experience profile quiz when you register, if you turn up to be a seeker or adapter, you can join the Club Ichi Happy Hour in the Marriott booth. We're also prepping a Club Ichi experience crawl 4 times throughout the week to have special experiences designated for our Ichi fam as we go around the expo floor. We have some exclusive partner invitations to a few partner events throughout the week as well, so be sure to sign up and join us at weareichi.com/IMEX2024. So now as you start planning your trip to join us out there at the industry's greatest potluck extravaganza, we have a special message from Suzanne Mulligan, Head of Engagement at IMEX.
There is so much happening at IMEX America, so to make sure that you're totally prepared, be sure that you schedule your meetings ahead of time, check out the education to get your learning on, take advantage of incredible networking opportunities, and just stay booked and busy while also looking after yourself. Don't forget to pack some of the key essentials like a water bottle, but if you forget one, pop by Fill It Forward for a special IMEX branded one, or your running shoes if you want to take part in the IMEX run, and just make sure that you keep yourself hydrated and rested while you're on site. Here's a packing list from a couple of my colleagues to help you along the way. See you in Vegas.
Thank you for those amazing tips on how to be prepared for IMEX. I hope to see lots of 6-feet teddy bears stuffed into people's luggage. The other thing that happens at IMEX is this little underground movement called Drymex. I'm David T. Stevens, your host of Return on Wellness and the anchor here at the Wellness Desk, which we're actually live in Anchorage, Alaska, actually outside of Anchorage, Alaska at Alyeska Resort. And we're here at the Nordic Spa that they just finished. And I am joined with Jillian. And we're going to make a couple mocktails today so that you can be prepared when you go to IMEX in case you want to take advantage of Drymex. So the first one we're going to make is called the Olympian. And it's pretty straightforward. Jillian, you want to kind of help walk me through this? So I know we talked about it before. So we're going to start with the muddling ingredients, right? So we're going to start with some mint. How much cucumber do you think if we're just making one of these?
A couple slices.
Couple slices?
Yeah, throw those in there.
Okay, these are giant slices.
Yeah, maybe one of those.
Okay, just one.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna muddle this, right? Make sure I use the right side. Did I put enough mint in there?
Depends on how minty you want it.
Let's do a little more. Oh, that's a lot of mint. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, all right. And then we are gonna make another drink after this. You just tell me when you think this is good and muddled. You think that's probably enough? Yeah?
Looks good to me.
Okay, and then we're gonna do an ounce of pineapple juice. They have it in these handy squeeze bottles. Now, an ounce of pineapple juice is approximately 3.5 grams of carbs. Okay, and then we're gonna do a lime in one of these handy things, which we're doing fresh lime juice. We're gonna do a whole lime just to make it enjoyable. That's the right garbage can, right?
That is.
Okay, thank you. And that sprayed in my face. That was fantastic. Okay. And mix this around, and now we're gonna strain this out in a glass over ice. You wanna help me with ice there? Awesome, let's see if I know what I'm doing here. There we go. That's all of 25 calories there. And then you simply
Top of soda.
backfill it, yeah. And then I'm gonna do a little lime wedge here. Oh, you're
Like a
doing
mojito.
that? Yeah, kind of like a mojito. It's like a pineapple mojito. A little slice. That right there.
Beautiful.
Little sprig of
mint.
little mint. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that's the Olympian drink number one. The next one we're gonna make is a refresher of some kind, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do the rehydration refresher.
Okay, which,
Like that.
in case you aren't participating in Dry Mex, you might need this the next morning.
All right, so it is 1 ounce of orange juice,
Nice.
an ounce of lime juice, and we're gonna go 2 ounces of coconut water.
Lots of rehydrating factors in coconut water. That's the rehydration right there.
Go.
Okay, now what happens next?
And we're gonna throw some ice in there. And then we're topping this with soda as well. Give it a mix.
That's amazing.
then
Super
we're
low
gonna-
calorie.
Throw a little salt
Oh,
in there.
and salt. All right, I'm gonna try that. You know, here's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna swap.
I'm gonna try yours. You're gonna try mine, and we'll say what we think. So, there's yours.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Jillian. What do you think?
That's fantastic.
Should be on the menu.
I think so.
Maybe?
Maybe
Okay.
next month in September.
Okay. All right. All right. This is delicious as well. Love it. All right. Back to you in the studio, Liz, and we'll see you all at IMEX.
That was awesome. Those drinks look epic, Dave. I hope everyone is thinking about how to make happy hours a little more inclusive for your attendees. Topo Chico is great, but an Olympian is way better. Let's shift gears to some more serious topics. Event tech is always a topic of conversation around here, but as budgets get tighter, teams get smaller, and productivity is at the top of the priority list, we wanted to gather some industry CEOs of technology companies today to find out what's driving the market as we move into this busy fall event season. Back as the host of our Couch Conversations is none other than Trace Morgan. Hey, Trace, who'd you bring with you today?
Hey, Liz. Today, we're bringing that CEO energy to the couch conversation. We have 3 MarTech and Event Tech CEOs joining us. First, we have Bharat Pharma, the CEO of Zettel. Next, we have Mark Granofsky, the CEO of G2 Planet. And finally, we have Chris Carver, CEO and co-founder of Session Board. Welcome, one and all. Let's dive right in. A few days ago, I learned from Club Ichi's Liz Lathan that the MarTech 5000 is now over 12,000 companies.
Amazing.
Wow. Bharat, let's start with you. How do you think we event professionals should approach evaluating technology solutions at this point?
I guess it really starts with like the use case itself, whether as in terms of like whether if you're a B2B company, whether if you're doing like a user conference or if you're doing like field events, webinars, I guess it really starts with your use case and your needs. And I guess it's like, as in of course, like we don't have like 8,000 companies in the event tech space, but there's tons of them. And I feel like it's just like I feel like any other technology is just really hard for like any one technology provider to be solving for like needs of like for every use case and every segment out there, right? So I guess it's just really important for you to understand like which event vendor or which event tech company kind of fits your needs. So I guess the questions that like it all starts with like, are you a B2B company? Are you an association? And what your use case is, and kind of start off from there.
Love that. Focus on the use case first, for sure. Mark, when should marketers buy off the shelf versus creating a custom built software?
Uh, I think there's a preference to always buy off the shelf if you can. It really depends upon every situation and circumstance and what your experience has been historically in dealing with software. By default, ideally you'd buy off the shelf because it keeps your costs down. But if it doesn't service your needs or depending upon what you've used in the past, I think then it makes sense to open things up and really go back to your requirements, that definition of what it is that you're looking for, and see where it maps. Ideally, you could do both. Can you find a solution that's predominantly off the shelf to keep costs down, but is architected and the business that services the software is constructed to be able to give you personalization or customization if you need it? So it really does depend on each situation and circumstance, Trace. And really, I think most importantly is the provider and what they can bring to you past the capabilities that are offered out of the box.
I am a huge fan of both, let me tell you. Yes, and is one of my favorite answers. So I love that, Mark. Thank you so much. Chris, when your software is specific to one element of the program, what do we need to consider in terms of APIs and system integrations?
Yeah, I think there's a number of things, but without sounding too obvious, the first step is really identifying that workflow from system to system and really understanding what that's going to be and what you're going to want out of it. Number two, I would always say test the integration. Number three, I think it's so critical to map the specific data points that you want to go from one system to the other. And number four, I think people often on the event side forget about this, but with integrations, it's very tough to deal with last minute changes. I mean, the system should be able to handle it, but when you're trying to really make unique changes at the last minute, that's usually when I've seen integrations go awry.
I love that. 4 steps. Document the workflow, test, map the data, and look into your crystal ball to prevent last minute changes, because I think we all know how that drives up the cost for sure. My last question, let's just go around the horn. We'll start Mark with you. Tech is so complex. Who on the team should be responsible for implementing all this?
Well, there certainly should be an identified resource. And really, it depends if you're trying to solve for a point solution for a project or you're looking to implement a system with refined workflow. So depending upon the complexity of what you're really trying to do, but regardless of what that is, there should be an identified resource or individual on your team that serves as the point person, whether that's an event tech role. We're seeing that role emerge more and more in organizations. If an organization doesn't have an event tech role, maybe there's an event marketing ops role that could service in that capacity. Certainly the marketing ops kind of person or team could come in and help out. But just like anything else in life, to have responsibility and a person to go to. And if they don't know the answer, they can shepherd that question off and find the support and coordination of the team internally. But I've seen many projects fail and stutter because they don't have a point person to take the responsibility forward.
Yeah, that's a really great call out. Chris, what about you at Session Board? Are you seeing a different makeup internally on the project teams that you're working with?
Yeah, I would say two things. Implementing any tech solution is always a change management process. So having that quarterback, like Mark said, is really critical, but also making sure that there is a cohort of individuals at every step of the way, from the higher up decision-making points down to the actual users, have a say in the process. I think it being a team effort is so critical, but somebody's got to own it. I am seeing a rise in this director of event tech. You're seeing that position come up more and more over the last couple of years, which I think is a really good sign.
Definitely. Dedicated resources always are a preferred option, tends to grease the wheels in the large enterprise establishments. Bharat, last question to you, same question. Who are the internal teams that you all are working with at Zettle, and what are some of the trends there?
Yeah, so I'd say there are two teams usually. One is the team, which is the events team, which is run by the head of events. So you can think of them as the users, right? The folks that are responsible for implementing the solution, using the solution, and using the solution to deliver the outcomes that they need to drive. And then you have the marketing operations teams, which is usually responsible to make sure that the entire marketing stack works, like the event technology works with the rest of the marketing stack, right? So usually it's the two teams. And for larger companies, we also are seeing that there's an event operations person, which is like sitting inside the event team, right? But I'd say for most mid-market companies, that's not the case. That you have a separate events team and you have a separate marketing operations team. And we tend to talk to both the parties. But usually the head of events is the one that drives the decision making, and yeah, the marketing operations person is more like making sure that the integration works and making sure that you're able to kind of give them the data that they would need to kind of automate the follow-up, like the follow-up marketing campaigns as such, right? And I think that's the right way to go about it, because you can get in a marketing like operations person, and you can't let them take the call on the event technology, right? Because I guess like the follow-ups and all like only make sense and only works if the event goes smoothly. Like you don't want them to kind of take a call on things like, what are the things that you need in your registration and ticketing and like for the whole show, right? There's so many nitty-gritties that it's just impossible for anyone else other than the person who's running the show and owning the show to kind of take a call on that.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys, for sharing your perspectives on these variety of issues. We're going to kick it back to Liz in the studio, and we'll keep an eye on these trends for fall.
Thank you, gentlemen. It is a complex landscape out there, and I'm thrilled that we have people like Bharat, Mark, and Chris that keep us overwhelmed event professionals in mind as they build solutions that will actually lighten our load and not add more to it. Speaking of lightening the load, I'm excited to bring up our behind-the-scenes master of the keys, Arthur Karakash with Fusion Events. You may know that Arthur is our master producer for these shows, but did you know that he's actually from the entertainment industry? He has some incredible ways to engage your attendees at your next event. He's seen some fun things that he's ready to share. Arthur, thanks for taking a break and stepping out from behind the curtain. Over to you.
Thank you, Liz, and welcome to the That's Entertaining segment of the show. Now, the holiday season is right around the corner, and you know what that means. It's time for corporate holiday parties. Now, I know what you're thinking. Not yet. Or, oh great, another round of awkward small talk, questionable catering, and someone's +1 who got way too comfortable at the open bar. But this year, I'm here to make a plea. Let's not let another holiday season go by without some serious forethought, especially when it comes to the entertainment. I mean, we've all been through enough the last few years, right? Between COVID, layoffs, budget cuts, and virtual parties that were really just Zoom meetings with ugly sweaters. We can't afford to phone it in again. The stakes are too high, folks. The holiday party is the one time of year we can remind everyone why we love working together and why we sometimes need a little liquid courage to do so. But here's the thing. Entertainment is often the afterthought, oh yeah, we need a DJ moment that happens 2 weeks before the event, and then what do you get? A DJ who only knows how to play the Macarena on repeat, or a band whose biggest hit was in 1994. We can do better. And this got me thinking, what if we had a way to test our holiday party entertainment options? Like, say, a giant A/B test. What if we could see what works and what doesn't before committing to a single potentially disastrous choice? Well, lucky for us, we've just had the world's greatest A/B test for event entertainment happen right before our eyes. Two massive events, each with their own approach to entertainment. And let me tell you, the results are illuminating. Let's call it Event A and Event B for now. Event A brought out the big guns, Stevie Wonder, John Legend, Pink. It was like they opened the event with a concert that could sell out arenas. You could practically feel the good vibes through the screen. People were dancing, singing along, and let's be honest, probably texting their friends like, OMG, you won't believe who's performing right now. And here's the best part. Event A wasn't just about what the organizers wanted. It was about making the attendees feel like they were part of something big, something special. It was an event designed for everyone to enjoy, from the VIPs to the folks in the back row. Then there was Event B. Event B had Kid Rock. Now, don't get me wrong, Kid Rock has his moments, but those moments are usually in a bar at 2 a.m. when everyone's got too much alcohol in their system and nobody really cares what's playing. So Event B felt like it was designed with one person in mind, the boss, who insists on bringing back the good old days when Sweet Home Alabama was the height of cool. The result, an event that was more about fulfilling a nostalgic fantasy than actually engaging the people who were there. Event A was a masterclass in how to keep an audience engaged, something every event professional dreams of. You could feel the rhythm, the energy, that I'm actually going to enjoy this vibe that we all strive for in events. Event B, well, it was like someone threw a wedding and forgot to invite the band. Or worse, they invited a band, but the band only knows the chicken dance. Let's take a look.
Maintaining order during the roll call is extremely important.
Iowa, 40 delegates.
Dude, you gotta do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to officially nominate Kamala Harris for president.
Donald J. Trump.
Five, get loud, another round of shots. T.H.A.T, turn out for what?
Oklahoma, 43 votes, President Trump.
We're not going back. We're not going back.
West Virginia, 32 votes, President Donald J. Trump.
VP Harris, give it a wow.
But here's the kicker. These events weren't just any events. Oh no. Event A was the Democratic National Convention, and Event B, well, that was the Republican National Convention. And yes, folks, we just witnessed the ultimate A/B test of event entertainment. The DNC showed us what happens when you invest in top-tier entertainment and make everyone feel included, while the RNC, well, it showed us what happens when you cater to what the top brass likes and forget to think about the people in the room. Now, you might be thinking, this is about more than just entertainment, right? Sure, but let's face it, when the highlight of your event is a speech that's outshined by the musical number that preceded it, you know you've got a problem. So if there's one takeaway here, it's whether you're planning your holiday party or the next big convention, don't skimp on the entertainment. And remember, it's not just about making the boss happy. It's about making sure everyone feels like they're part of something special, because the difference between a night to remember and a night you wish you could forget is just one Kid Rock away. Back to you, Liz.
Oh, thanks, Arthur. Not just a Canadian point of view, but from an entertainment point of view, too. I would say, though, that I do think that both events know their target audience really well, and I believe they both design their programs to engage their core supporters. And I do feel the need to throw in an official disclaimer: Club Ichi has no political affiliations. But these are the kinds of observations that keep our industry on its toes, and I love having you in our life, Arthur. You know who else I love having in our life? Anka Patararu, the founder of the Power Pitch event, coming up in November. Club Ichi is proud to be a partner of this freelancer marketplace program, November 5th, 6th, and 7th. When you register as a freelancer, you'll get access to 3 webinars: The Art and Science of Standing Out, How to Charge for Maximum Impact, and Building a Steady Pipeline of Events. If you register as a hirer, you'll get access to 3 different webinars: maximizing ROI with freelancers, hiring smarter for impactful events, and ensuring exceptional results from your freelancers. Then for those 3 days, November 5th, 6th, and 7th, you'll have the ability to set one-on-one appointments to connect on actual projects. If you're a freelancer, or if you hire freelancers, please join us for this incredibly unique event. Register at power-pitch.events. By the way, we have an affiliate program for this event too, so you can earn real live money when your colleagues register. As you can see, this fall is shaping up to be just as busy as the first half of the year. And you've heard us talk about our Club Ichi partners, MC² Experience. They've been really busy too. Here's what they've been up to these past few months.
When you see it at your front door, you are gonna want more. Something fresh, so brand new. Something you can't handle. Light the fire like a candle. There's nothing that you can't do. Holla back when I at you.
I'm going nuts, that's cashews.
Cashews, everything around me. Dollar bill, yeah. Cashews, everything around me. Holla how you feel, dog. I don't know about you. Why one, hop out two. Jump in, hop out two. Watch what I say and how I do it.
If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. Get it?
I get so inspired seeing the incredible work that our partners and our friends are doing. But that's not all that's happened in the first half of the year. As we look into the rearview mirror, I have our resident data geek here to back me up. It's been a whirlwind of normalizing the last couple of years as attendee preferences have quite obviously evolved. So live from the Insights desk, we're back with Brittany Haggerty from VivaStream with some knowledge bombs on what kind of session formats have been resonating with attendees.
Thanks, Liz. So what types of content do attendees prefer? To answer this, we looked at data from 2023 and 2024 in-person corporate events and looked at session ratings. Nearly 100,000 ratings we looked at, and these were typical session rating questions like, how would you rate this session on a scale of 1 to 5? Rate the value of the content. The overall content was valuable. You get the point. So what did we find? Well, overall, Ask the Experts was the session type that came out on top. Ask the Experts is typically a personal interactive type session, very discussion based, as are brain dates and meetings, which was the second most, not most popular, but received the highest ratings. So if attendees really like this smaller and interactive session type, it is a little surprising that roundtables ended up at the bottom of the list, which you may have noticed. One thing to keep in mind is that not all events have every session type. Roundtables aren't always present at corporate events, especially technology events, and most of VivaStream's data is based on technology clients. So it is possible that some of the events, the roundtable data was focused on a smaller group of events, and maybe there was something about those events, like even how the roundtables were moderated, that led to the lower rating. But overall, it's clear that the smaller, more interactive session types were preferable. Now, what if, and Liz, hope you don't mind, I'm borrowing your what if we break it out by demographics, such as job role? Here, I know it's a lot to look at. I'll break it out for you. Each little group of bars here represents a job role in decreasing order of seniority, beginning with the C-suite. And the horizontal orange lines represent the average for that job role. So what jumps out here slightly is that the directors and above seem to have a strong preference or stronger preference for Ask the Experts and meetings than do their counterparts. And managers and below, while they have similar preferences, they tend to rate the content more evenly, the session types. So if you look at the little rainbow of colors for individual contributors and managers, more of them hover around that average line. So that's just some food for thought, insights for today, and we look forward to bringing you some more insights in the future. I believe Nicole is up next.
Thank you so much, Brittany. That was an amazing intro. I love it every time. You are now watching Nicole's Favorite Things, where we go over everything that's my favorite, because why not? The first thing is I love sequins and big ol' earrings. So wearing my sequins, if you want to send me sequin presents, I wouldn't be mad at you. The second favorite thing that I love is brand new insiders. And we want to talk about our 3 latest insiders. We have Joe Fetterbush, Zara Matson, and Katie McIntyre. Welcome, welcome. We have a few after that, and we're just so excited to welcome you guys. Maybe I might pop some of those in our next episode as well. My next favorite thing, and maybe this was your favorite thing too, was the Olympics. I am obsessed with the Olympics. And so I want to talk about my 3 favorite parts, which first was Celine Dion. Can we please, round of applause for her after her illness, to see her belt those lyrics like a champion on the Eiffel Tower. I mean, I had goosebumps. People were crying. It was just the most magical, amazing moment, and we were all for her. So good job, Celine. Second favorite thing about the Olympics was my girl, Alana Maurer. She is for body positivity. I love that she was, she's always trying to find also love in the villa, she calls it, which is the Olympic Village. But the social awareness that she brought for girls who are athletes, who are built like linebackers and healthy, oh, that was my other favorite thing. And last but not least, Snoop Dogg. He was the best representative for the United States. He was everywhere. He was sitting next to families. He was cheering. He was in the sports. He even tried a little breakdancing. And then he led us to LA 2028, where he performed there. And we just can't wait to see him in LA as well. And that wraps up what's happening this month in Club T.H.A.T. Thanks to all of our guests, and we can't wait to see you in Croatia or IMEX. I'm bringing my girl Liz in here.
Bye.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks for joining us. See you next month. Bye.
Welcome to the hub where effects unfold. Community, rock stars, their stories told. Market and geniuses, they take the stand. This is T.H. Show. We've got the plan. Yes, with every town, with dreams they chase, here to share their wisdom, lining up the place. From viral hits to the grassroots beat, T.H.A.T shows the boss.